In today's news, FAHIE transferred to Georgia prison. Premier praises JMC talks. Roadworks continue. Virgin Islands marks 75th March. Long-awaited beautification. PARILLION to be honored. 35 become British citizens. RTW Falcons crown T10 champs. We have the details of this and so much more when 284 News returns.
At Partners for Kids, your child's health and happiness are at the heart of everything we do. We've been the trusted medical home for children and adolescents up to 18 years old. And now, we are excited to welcome a new member to our family of healthcare professionals. Introducing Dr. Aisha Maxwell, our new family practitioner. Dr. Maxwell brings a wealth of experience and deep passion for pediatric and adult care, ready to join our team in providing first-rate health services to your family. At Partners for Kids, we believe in a collaborative approach to healthcare. With partners in occupational therapy and clinical psychology, Partners for Kids, where caring is just the beginning. Visit us at Road Reef Plaza, Tortola, open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call us at 284-444-5437 or reach out at info@partnersforkids.com to learn more.
Hello everyone and welcome to this edition of 284 News. It is Tuesday, November 26th, 2024. I'm Ron Grant, bringing you the very latest out of Tortola in the Virgin Islands. A happy Tuesday's wish to each and every one of you. I trust you had an enjoyable weekend. Thank you so much for joining us. Beginning our newscast, former Premier of the Virgin Islands, Andrew A. Foy, has been relocated to the Federal Correctional Institute in Jessup, Georgia, where he continues to serve an 11-year sentence. Previously held in Miami, Florida, following his sentencing in August, Foy is continuing to appeal his conviction through the 11th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals. His release date is currently listed as July 24th, 2033, according to records from the Federal Bureau of Prisons, which 284 Media confirmed. The Jessup facility, described as a medium-security federal correctional institution with an adjacent low-security satellite prison and a minimum security satellite camp, is operated by the Federal Bureau of Prisons under the United States Department of Justice. Foy's transfer comes as his legal team, led by prominent attorney Benedict P. Kachun, presses forward with efforts to overturn his conviction. He joins a population of over 1,000 male inmates at FCI. Premier and Minister of Finance Dr. the Honorable Talia D. Wheatley announced significant progress following his recent attendance at the Joint Ministerial Conference in United Kingdom. Speaking at a press conference on Tuesday, Premier Wheatley emphasized the UK's openness to evolving its constitutional relationship with the British Virgin Islands and other overseas territories, highlighting high-level representation by UK officials, including Prime Minister Right Honourable Keir Starmer and Foreign Secretary Right David Lammy.
The GMC discussions were very positive and constructive. We covered a wide range of topics that included UK-OT relations, climate change, illicit finance, economic resilience, health education, irregular migration, and security. Among other things, the OTs proposed a review of the UK's legal basis for its relationship with the territories, and also the preparation of a new UK white paper that sets out UK government policy towards the territories. In terms of tangible outcomes, the UK expressed its openness to the constitutional relationship evolving to be more democratic. The UK also acknowledged the OT's need for support in responding to climate change and is willing to examine an OT proposal for long-term assistance. The UK reaffirmed its commitment to the security of the OTs, who require more support in critical areas such as gun crime, gang violence, and irregular migration.
Regarding governance, Premier Wheatley said Minister Stephen Doughty acknowledged the BVI's transition plan for institutional reform, adding that steps to conclude the program and lift the Order in Council are pending final reviews in 2025.
At the bilateral level, Minister Doughty and I met to continue our discussions on the UK-Virgin Islands relationship, which began when he visited the territory earlier this month. He appreciates the work everyone involved has done to advance governance reform and acknowledge our transition plan to continue strengthening the institutions and systems of government in building a model democracy. While my government remains of the view that the Ordering Council is not necessary, I welcome the steps outlined by the Minister that can officially bring the current governance reform program to a close and lift the Ordering Council. Pending a final quarterly review by the Governor and a UK ministerial assessment in the first half of 2025.
Dr. Wheatley underscored the strength of collective advocacy with other OTs and noted that the outcomes are expected to guide ongoing dialogue between the BVI as well as the United Kingdom, reinforcing a commitment to mutual progress. The Ministry of Communications and Works has updated the public on ongoing roadworks and closures across the territory affecting key travelers. Motorists are advised to plan ahead as delays and detours are expected. Now, Minister for Communications and Works, the Honorable Kai M. Reimer, provided updates on some areas, giving the public a more detailed overview of what is currently taking place. A section of road at FAHIE Hill remains closed as work continues within that area.
The same thing we are doing on the Bridge Road there. We placed some HDPE water lines so that we can, as we are working to upgrade the water infrastructure, we had some issues where the existing pipeline was there and there were some breakages along with some weather issues. But we have completed those preparatory works. We've started to concrete a few, I'm not sure how much of the road, but that road would continue on Tuesday because of some issues with getting the product, getting some of the concrete with the contractor. But on Wednesday officially, we are hoping to have that road open so that persons could traverse that area.
But more than likely an update will come forward to the public, advise whether it's open or not.
Yes, as we promised, we want to get the public continuous updates as to the roadworks that are happening in the territory.
Roadworks began near Prospect Reef on Saturday, including preliminary excavation and demolition for base installation. Drivers should expect delays, but the minister asserted that the roads will be passable.
What we are doing tomorrow, we have taken up a stretch of a small area in where the business area by Tag is, and we'll be paving one section of that road tomorrow. So by Tuesday, that road will still be passable. You'll still be able to drive through that area, and later in the week, hopefully on the weekend, we'll then pave the other side of the road.
So this is the Tag update for the Sir Francis Drake works that was put out to the public that is taking place this weekend, and you're saying by the work week it would be passable?
Yes, we're supposed to be paving one lane of the road tomorrow.
Okay.
So by Tuesday, you'll be able to still access the road both ways.
Okay.
But we will continue to update the public as to what is happening there in that area.
From November 24 to November 29th, Little Dix Road, stretching from the East End Community Center to the East End Police Station, will be closed to facilitate demolition and concrete pavement work. Greenland Road via Francis Letson Primary School is recommended as an alternate route. The minister also provided a brief update on works on the sister islands.
Work will be ongoing. What we did last week is we did a blitz of patching, asphalt patching. We know we've been having continuous rains and a lot of potholes sprung up. So we are now trying to address those potholes. Hopefully, if the weather holds up, we will continue patching this week on all islands where necessary.
All right. Any other updates or any other messages you'd like to get to the public?
I know for the Anegada residents as well, we'll be doing some works there coming up as we get prepared for the Lobster Fest weekend.
Yes.
We'll be doing some work there as well. And, throughout the territory, we'll continue to update the public as to what is happening.
Motorists and residents are encouraged to plan their route in advance to avoid inconveniences caused by the temporary closures. The ministry reaffirmed its commitment to improving the territory's road infrastructure and thanked the public for its patience as work progresses. Up next, viewers, we have much more on the local scene. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
That's just not cricket.
No sweat, you with CG. Remember my street dance battle against Seamus O'Leapsy? I went on to win the title Miss Irish-ish, set to perform at nursing homes around the world. Then this happened. Seamus on you, Seamus. Anyway, I was covered. Let's bounce.
Comprehensive motor cover for damage and more. CG Insurance. Good like that.
Just give me my service. Yeah. Just give me my service. Just give me my service.
Make the switch to CCT and get connected today. Unlimited talk, text, and data. Visit any CCT store or call us at 444-4444. CCT, Life Unlimited.
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you so much for sticking with us. Residents of the Virgin Islands on Sunday, November 24th, commemorated the 75th anniversary of the Great March of 1949 with a historic march. What is being termed as a momentous event by lawmakers brought together thousands of residents, community members, and local organizations, all marching in solidarity to honor the courageous actions of those who fought for the democracy and representation of this territory. This year's ceremonial march was a significant and vibrant occasion, including a wide array of organizations, schools, government bodies, and community groups. Each marcher joined in remembrance of the original 1,500 individuals who participated in the Great March of 1949, a powerful demonstration of unity led by national heroes Theodore Faulkner, Isaac Glani Fonseca, and Carlton de Castro, which helped pave the way for political and constitutional progress within the Virgin Islands. Information Officer within the Government of the Virgin Islands, Mr. Giovanni Herbert, provided background on the significance of the 1949 march.
This huge march, even by today's standards, is of great significance in the annals of the history of these Virgin Islands. It was the flame that lit the path to further constitutional, political, economic, and social development during the latter half of the 20th century. In order to better understand the extensive ramifications of this historic demonstration in 1949 by over 1,500 persons led by three of our declared national heroes, Mr. Theodore H. Faulkner, Mr. I. Glanville Fonseca, and Mr. Leslie L. De Castro, it is important to place the event in historical context.
The march began at 3 p.m. at the Road Town Bandstand and proceeded to the Sir Alva Georges Plaza along Main Street, where a celebratory concert followed. Premier of the Virgin Islands, Dr. the Honorable Natalia D. Wheatley, delivered remarks titled The Movement.
The territorial song, composed by one of the organizers of this march, Kareem Nelson Hall, and his sister Ayana, beseeches us to pray for three things, the last of which is understanding. The song lyrics specifically asks for understanding for our children so they may cherish this legacy. You know the song. Resolute in our desire that our children and future generations yet unborn will cherish and never forget. Cherish and never forget the legacy of Glan Fonseca, Carlton de Castro, and the 1,500 on their march of self-determination.
Cabinet Secretary Ms. Sandra Ward also delivered a powerful depiction of life for Virgin Islanders in 1949.
It's hard for most of us to envisage a Virgin Islands unlike the one we know today. For most of us, we've had electricity, while some of us still remember the nights that lights first turned on in homes, extinguishing kerosene lamps forever. Most of us were born knowing a legislative council, and you were born, and whether you were born during a Stout, Wheatley, Romney, O'Neill, Smith, Foy, or Wheatley-led administration, you were still born under the administration of Virgin Islanders leading Virgin Islanders. We, born under the local leadership, are blessed and fortunate For there was a time, as we heard earlier, that the luxury and appropriate form. As leadership returned to its rightful home, where decisions belong, we see a Virgin Islands emerging where significant benchmarks are reached by the elected. Notable accomplishments are achieved by the people, and little by little our identity is secured. Our legacy is crafted, and our milestones are recorded.
Now, viewers, this event offered an opportunity for all Virgin Islanders to come together and reflect on the power of collective action. The theme for this year's event was a march, a milestone, a movement, which encapsulates the enduring spirit of the Great March and its legacy in shaping the territory's democratic values. The government of the Virgin Islands has addressed long-standing public concerns about the territory's visual appeal and lack of aesthetic upkeep by empowering the BVI Tourist Board with a $500,000 grant for a beautification project. The initiative will be led by Junior Minister of Tourism and Culture, the Honorable Luce Hodge-Smith. In a recent press conference, Premier and Minister of Finance, Dr. the Honorable Natalia D. Wheatley, provided details on the project's goals as well as scope. According to Wheatley, the aim is for every district and sister island to benefit from the beautification efforts.
My Junior Minister for Tourism and Culture, Honorable Luce Hodge-Smith, will lead a beautification initiative as we welcome visitors during our tourism high season and we go into our own festive season. The government of the Virgin Islands, through the Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Sustainable Development, is pleased to announce a $500,000 grant to the BVI Tourist Board for a territory-wide beautification project. This initiative is to be undertaken in all districts and sister islands.
The project will include clearing overgrown vegetation, addressing safety hazards, and refreshing key public spaces to create a more welcoming environment for both residents and visitors. Premier Wheatley highlighted that the initiative was prompted by the territory's prolonged rainfall, which has caused significant overgrowth and hazardous road conditions, particularly along public tourist routes.
The initiative is a direct response to the pressing need to restore the aesthetics and safety of our territory for residents and tourists alike, following a prolonged period of rainfall. The rains have led to significant overgrowth of vegetation, which has not only affected the beauty of our landscape, but also has contributed to perilous road conditions, particularly around frequently traversed tourist routes. The Cabinet of the Virgin Islands has recognized and endorsed this initiative as an essential one. It is a crucial step in our ongoing efforts to promote sustainable development while maintaining the attractiveness of the Virgin Islands as a premier tourist destination. We are confident that this beautification effort will further enrich the experience of those who visit and live in our territory.
Viewers, will be right back after a quick commercial break. Up next, more news from across the British Virgin Islands.
Hello and welcome to today's episode of Pop the Balloon or Find the Connection. Let's meet our first contender, ladies. Okay, Joey, so do you have any toxic traits?
I'm very restrictive. I don't give more time. What you get is what you get. I don't like to give unlimited time. That's it.
Okay, can you tell us why you popped your balloon?
That's a little too restricted for me.
Thank you for coming. Okay, ladies, so let's meet our second contender.
Sorry, excuse me. Why did you pop a balloon?
I
could give you minutes, data, unlimited call, overseas call, fiber. What else you need?
My friend used to date you. You are scam. She used to pay for everything and more. Nothing to offer.
Okay, ladies, let's welcome our last contender. You look nice. Can you tell us your name?
Thank you. My name is Christian Charles Thomas. They call me C Sweetie.
What do you have to offer these ladies?
Well, security, trust, unlimited time, and I'm pretty fast.
Okay, so do you have any deal breakers?
Nah, but here's my number. 444-4444. Y tú, vida ilimitada.
Okay, guys, so no pop balloons.
For a fast, reliable, and secure connection for your personal or business life, call us at 444-4444 or visit any of our CCT stores and we'll get you connected with the perfect match for you.
Rashford made it. Manchester United have come from behind to lead.
At home or on the go, watch CCT Live. Download our app and carry your favorite TV shows, news, or live sports anywhere you go. Visit cctvvi.com/live, select your package, and tune in.
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you so much for sticking with us. The popular sensational event, Christmas in the City, now in its 26th year, is set to take place on December 6th and 7th on Shoreway Drive across from the old traffic building in Road Town. This year is dedicated to long-standing gospel artist, Mr. Claude Parillon, who will be featured and honored. City Manager Janice Brathwaite Edwards, in a recent interview, spoke about the new features taking place this year and the choice to dedicate this year to Mr. Parillon.
This 26th year has brought us some eye-openers. As we began to plan, fortunately or unfortunately, our first musical icon, Mr. Claude Parillon, actually passed. And so we decided to dedicate this year to not just his Christmas music, but to his music in general.
Wonderful.
So throughout the weekend, what we'll be doing is highlighting Claude's music. And we've been given permission from his family to actually do that. I think it's going to be great. For the first 15 years, Mr. Parillon was a staple. He was probably the first artist every year when we were on Main Street, then when we came to the admin complex, and then on the Castro Street. Unfortunately, with ailing health, he was unable to accommodate us. He wanted to be there last year, but he was not able. So we decided to dedicate this year's celebration to him.
Coordinator of the event also gave a look at the rundown.
On the 6th, usually what we have is the opening ceremony, and we try to begin at 6. We have a group of young flute players who have asked to, and we have some bell chimers this year. So it should be a very family-friendly oriented evening. The Friday evening is usually not the biggest evening, but we try to pack as much into it. This year, we're not doing as much DJs as we had because unfortunately for us, our main DJ, which would have been DJ 10-4, he passed away on Christmas Day last year. So we're not going to have him. But his son and his nephew have decided that in spite of the fact that he's not here, they will participate in Christmas in the City. So it's good. So the heritage will go on. And then on the Saturday, which is the 7th, we have the Christmas cake and the guava berry composition being sponsored by Caribbean Insurers.
Beautiful.
This year, once again, they have become a staple with us. And then after that, we have what Cedar has decided would be a steel panorama. And we have 4 steel pans that would be there. Cedar's steel pan, Shooting Stars, Elmo Stout High School, and St. George's Ladies will be coming out. And they will be doing a series of events that afternoon between 4 and 6. So that should be just something a little different. And they are going to be in the square. So you have an opportunity to watch the pans in 4 different locations.
Beautiful.
In Christmas in the City on the Saturday.
Amazing.
Razor Blades have also decided to join us to close down the evening. And on the Friday, 4 Strong International, which is former Honorable Dolores Christopher's band, they have always graced us on the Friday night with their lovely sets of renditions.
There's also an opportunity for vendors to register for a space to showcase their goods and services, as the event is in, of course, support of small, medium, and micro businesses across the Virgin Islands.
So yes, we will accept them as long as we have this space. We usually cater to 50 vendors.
Okay.
I don't think we've gotten to 50 as yet. The application fee is $20. And the rental fee for a 10 by 10 space is $350, and a 10 by 20 space is $500. You can still come. We're accepting. And we do have a wide variety of vendors, people who are willing to try something new this year. They've been with us before and they want to try something new. We have talked to them a little bit and told them that we're not sure, but you know what? We're going to give them the opportunity to try something new, because Christmas in the City, we do have the kids experience. We have 2 sets of trains for the little kids, and we have the bouncy houses as usual for them. I'm sure that the bear mobile van. They're going to be, because they're in that location, they're actually going to be driving through that area also. So a little different from what we normally have. We have people who have said to us, you all need to move from Shower Drive, you've outgrown it. For us, we have to be careful how we move because we still cater to the business community in the city. The situation is, yes, we are going to give small businesses an opportunity, but we also want big businesses to also understand that because of the small businesses, you also have the opportunity to make it. And on Shoreway Drive, we get that opportunity to deal with the general public. I mean, you know, everybody's stepping out this year and it should be great.
For the full interview, visit all 284 Media platforms. 35 individuals are now registered as British citizens across the territory, being previously naturalized as British Overseas Territories citizens. During a ceremony held at the Government House of the Virgin Islands on November 7th, the individuals recited the Oath of Allegiance to His Majesty the King, as well as the Pledge of Loyalty to the United Kingdom. The new citizens also received congratulatory remarks from His Excellency the Governor, Mr. Daniel Pruce, and Registrar General, Mrs. Tasha O'Flaherty Madru. Governor Pruce said, and I quote, "The process you have gone through to get to where you are today, and of course this ceremony are matters to which ministers in His Majesty's government, each person attaches great importance." The governor added, and I quote, "It's a significant and solemn occasion. They are rightly considered that the taking of a new nationality is a matter of significance for every individual, and British law requires that those who acquire British nationality in this way must not only demonstrate a commitment to the United Kingdom, but also acknowledge of its history, its institutions, and its language." Governor Pruce said, "The success that both the VI and the UK enjoy in the global economy is founded upon a number of shared factors, including their common law, legal systems, and respect for the rule of law." Meanwhile, Registrar General Mrs. Tasha O'Flaherty Madru said becoming a British citizen is much more than acquiring a new status, and that it is about embracing the values that define this great nation: democracy, equality, respect, and the rule of law. She said the presence of the new citizens reflects their dedication to contributing to these ideals and playing a role in the continued development of the United Kingdom society. The RTW Falcons emerged as the 2024 Peter Haycraft T10 Cricket Tournament champions after defeating Royal Knights by 12 runs in a thrilling final at Greenland East End on Sunday, November 24th. Now, the Falcons set a competitive total of 121-4, powered by Dameron Prince's explosive 53 off 25 balls, while Joel Williams and Austin McDowell provided valuable support. Despite Reno Mathalers and his Kellan London claiming 2 wickets each for the Knights, the Falcons' total provided challenging. Royal Knights in their chase were restricted to a 109-5. Despite an outstanding unbeaten 67 from Keon D'Souza, wickets fell around him, and the Falcons' bowling attack, led by Maury Oliver's match-winning figures of 4-19, sealed the victory. This win marked a significant achievement for the Falcons, who claimed for its very first time in 8 years. Now, Oliver's performance was pivotal, earning him the Player of the Match award. In the third-place playoff, the Vikings defeated the Cavaliers by 6 wickets. Battling first, the Cavaliers posted 109-6 off 8.3 overs, with Bashar Bahart top scoring with an even 50. The Vikings quickly chased down the target, scoring 111-4 in 8.5 overs, led by Junique Mingo's 51 not out and Timothy Succomb's 63. On the bowling side, Neil Niles and Mingo each took 2 wickets for the Vikings. Avishkar Shuakan was the only standout bowler for the Cavaliers, with figures of 2-25. Viewers, that is it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for your daily news updates at 284 Media and 284 BVI on Instagram and Twitter. Of course, follow us on our WhatsApp channel as well for daily updates. I'm Ron Grant. Do have a safe and enjoyable evening. A happy Tuesday. Goodbye.